From an elf reading a bedtime story to all its plushy friends, to an elf sliding down the stairs while a cat just watches. Today, we bring you 50 elf adventures that will make you giggle and smile. Let's watch. Like this video and subscribe right now, or this evil elf on the shelf will be moving in your bed while you're sleeping tonight. In this scene, a woman shares her visit to the elf on the shelf magical holiday journey. A real drive-through adventure filled with glowing lights and giant elf displays. Every turn shows something new and sparkly, like stepping into a living Christmas. This clip captures the moment a young girl discovers her shoes have mysteriously disappeared, and her elves are the suspects. Her face goes from confused to amazed in just a few seconds. She looks around the room like she's solving a real Christmas mystery. In this clip, the elf leaves a funny and thoughtful surprise. New tires for the car. The tires are stacked with a little note nearby like a gift from a tiny mechanic. It's such a silly idea, an elf helping with car problems. In this last clip, we've got an elf that is totally in party mode. When no one was looking, he somehow figured out how to use a laptop and even opened YouTube all by himself. He scrolls around like he knows exactly what he wants to listen to, picks his favorite song, and then starts showing off some crazy dance moves right there on the desk. Can you imagine walking in and seeing your elf jamming out to music like that? Elves really know how to have fun when they think nobody's watching. An office was left empty, but the cameras kept rolling and caught an elf exploring the place. It checked out the decorations, played with the lights, and even made a copy of itself on the printer. Guess that's how elves take selfies. In this clip, a woman gives a full walkthrough of how she built her elf house using nothing but simple materials and a big imagination. She explains why she added certain windows, how she picked the decorations, and even how she made the tiny furniture fit perfectly.
Alright y'all, this took me about 30 minutes to make. I just printed out some stuff for the background and the secret door. This is Elf on the Shelf's secret house inside our house. This is his Christmas tree, his mailbox, his bench, his boots, his light, his other trees, and then you can see him right in the window. That's his background, and then he has a reef and everything. You open the door and it's his secret workshop where he does all his bad thinking and what he's gonna do, and the kids love it. We're all obsessed with it. This was actually pretty cheap on Amazon. If you have any questions or want any more Elf on the Shelf must-haves, let me know.
In this clip, the woman explores every corner of a giant elf on the shelf box, and it's seriously magical. Tiny props, tiny furniture, tiny everything. Each piece looks like it came straight from Santa's workshop. You can almost see the elves planning their next prank with all the new tools. Her excitement makes the whole unboxing feel like an adventure. Every item feels like a new story waiting to happen. It's the kind of box that could keep elves busy for weeks, a true treasure chest of elf fun. Most elves just wander around for fun, but this one actually had a mission: to find its fluffy best friend. The camera caught it sneaking around the house like a little detective. I really hope it found its buddy in the end. In this clip, the elf finally gets caught doing what we all suspected: stealing cookies. It's sitting there with crumbs around its mouth and a cookie still in its hands. This elf just couldn't sit still. It kept jumping around the room, moving from one spot to another like it was playing tag. Eventually, it got tired and found a comfy place to rest. Even elves need a break. Nighttime is basically party time for a lot of elves because they think everyone is asleep and nobody is watching them. In this clip, the elf is sneaking around, having the time of his life, playing and exploring like the house is his personal playground. What he doesn't know is that there's a hidden camera pointed right at him, catching every move. So even though he thinks he's getting away with it, we still get to enjoy his secret fun later. Honestly, his little fail makes the clip even better for us to watch. Up next, an elf sets up a tiny car garage right beside the Christmas tree. There are mini tools, toy cars, and a little work area like a real mechanic shop. The elf looks like it's ready to fix engines between cookie breaks. This clip is full of non-stop elf energy. First, we see the elves sliding down candy cane sleds, zooming like tiny daredevils. Then they're shining their owner's shoes, trying to be helpful, but still making a bit of a mess. After that, they're lying in powdered sugar, making little snow angels right on the table. And to finish it all off, they throw their very own disco party, dancing and posing under the lights. It's like watching a whole night of elf fun, squeezed into one amazing video. This clip looks like something straight out of an action movie. Two brave elves come zooming down a long zip line from above, heading straight toward the front door like secret agents on a mission. They glide through the air with perfect timing, land right at the doorstep, and immediately try to hide from the camera. After landing, they freeze and slip out of sight, probably sneaking toward an open window to get inside quietly. It's wild to see elves using spy-level tricks just to return home, but honestly, it makes them look extra cool and adventurous. In this clip, the elf is sitting quietly on a bed, looking completely normal, almost like it's trying extra hard to pretend it's just a toy. But then, without any warning at all, it suddenly jumps up and starts bouncing around like the bed turned into a giant elf-sized trampoline. It hops, wiggles, and even does a little spin, looking like it's having the best time ever. But right when the fun is getting super crazy, the elf suddenly falls over and freezes instantly. No movement, no sound, just boom, statue mode. Maybe someone opened the door, or maybe the elf remembered the no moving in front of humans rule. Either way, the whole thing is adorable, funny, and totally magical to watch. In this adorable clip, the woman and her elf work together to perform some holiday magic. They start with plain water and somehow turn it into colorful sprinkles, like a tiny experiment from Santa's lab. The elf looks extra proud, as if it just passed a magic test. It's hard not to smile while watching the sprinkles appear. Little tricks like this make it feel like real North Pole magic is happening right in your kitchen. Okay, I think elves really don't like kitchens. This one jumped off the counter and ran away the moment it saw the camera. Maybe Santa makes them cook too much back at the North Pole and they're just tired of it. In this clip, a man walks up to his car and realizes something is very wrong. The steering wheel is missing, and his elf is holding it. Here's one of the funniest elf moments ever. The elf is sitting on top of the ceiling fan, like it climbed Everest. When the fan starts spinning, the elf starts spinning with it, going around and around like a tiny amusement park ride. The family swears nobody put him up there, which makes it even crazier. If this is elf magic, it might be the coolest magic trick yet. Looks like these elves didn't get invited to Thanksgiving dinner, so they helped themselves. The camera caught them raiding the fridge and enjoying the leftovers. I guess the lesson here is to always save a plate for your elves. This elf must train at the North Pole gym because it's hanging on the curtain rod like a tiny acrobat. At first it just hangs there, but then it slowly starts sliding its hands across the bar, moving like it's doing a gymnastics routine. It swings, climbs, and shuffles its way across with so much focus, like it's practicing for a big elf competition. Watching it crawl from one side of the rod to the other is weirdly impressive. You can't help but think, wow, this elf is really strong. This family decided to play hide and seek with their giant elf on the shelf. You can see the elf walking through the house, searching for the kids. The best part is when it finds a box in the kitchen, and someone might actually be hiding inside.
Alright, you guys ready? You better be, because the elf on the shelf is coming in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, okay, so the elf's got to pick one box. One box. Where are you going to go there, elf? Oh, whoa, what's going on? Are you picking this? Uh-oh!
This clip shows a girl catching her elf right in the middle of cutting things with scissors while her dad is napping nearby. The elf freezes instantly, holding the scissors like it got caught by surprise. Little pieces of cut paper are scattered all around the floor. The whole scene looks like a mini elf crime scene. It's shocking, silly, and impossible not to laugh at. This elf definitely needs supervision.
You're so smart if you waited to buy your Elf on the Shelf kit, because this is the official one from Elf on the Shelf, and it is not $100. For 80 different ideas and fun things you can do with your elf. All the props and games are included. Even gives you adorable little outfits for him or her. Fun games. Is very detailed, over 80 different props and everything that you can do with this whole entire kit. Everything is numbered for you to know which day to do what. And if you don't have your elf on the shelf, they also have them here on TikTok Shop. We actually added a girl one this year. We are so excited. We've only ever had a little boy. You can choose which gender you want and their eye color. We had to get a little brown hair one with the brown eyes. She's absolutely adorable. It comes with a book. You just make Christmas a little bit more magical for your kids. I'm gonna link both of them right down here below that you can snag.
A whole elf family got trapped inside a lantern. There was one big elf and a bunch of colorful baby elves. Don't worry though, one of them started talking and told the whole story of how they got stuck. The security camera on the Christmas tree catches the elf sitting quietly, till it suddenly comes to life and climbs down the branches. Once it reaches the bottom, it starts doing this silly little dance around the presents, almost like it's judging how nicely they're wrapped. Then the elf slowly walks toward the camera, leans close, and turns its back like it's done performing for the night. With the night vision camera, the whole scene looks extra magical and mysterious. In this clip, a mom shows off an elf house she built entirely on her own, complete with tiny lights that make it twinkle. Every room has its own personality, from little chairs to mini lamps that brighten the space. When the lights turn on, the whole house looks like it's beaming with holiday cheer. The elves must feel like royalty living there. It's inspiring to see how creativity can bring such a tiny world to life.
Lights. Time for the Christmas lights. Alright, now the house officially has Christmas lights. Yay! Super cute. Alright, elf bed is complete. Those are all the pillows, and I got this little pillow here. Here is the finished project. Got the house with the lights. I put the Santa mail on the side. And inside we got the welcome mat. Trees, there's the elf. Got his little lamp up there. I put a little broom back there. The fireplace. I'm still gonna hang something up there, probably next year. There's the train. Gingerbread house. And the baby elf is in there with his penguin pillow. Alright. Kids will be super happy to see this next year.
This video shows what a normal day looks like for 3 elves living in one house. They were cleaning, exploring, and even giving Barbie a haircut. These elves really know how to keep themselves busy. Here we see a beautifully built wooden elf house that looks like an arts and crafts masterpiece. Tiny lights glow warmly inside, making the rooms feel magical and cozy. Every little piece of furniture fits perfectly. It's the kind of place where an elf would kick back, relax, and maybe plan its next prank. Totally adorable and full of Christmas charm. In this clip, the grandma who already has beef with her elves gets a special surprise from them. Instead of a normal prank, the elves set up a whole challenge just for her. There are games, tricks, and silly setups she has to figure out. You can see her rolling her eyes, but also kind of enjoying it at the same time. The elves just watch like tiny game hosts waiting to see how she reacts. It's a funny little showdown between one tough grandma and a team of determined elves. In this clip, a man shows off a giant inflatable elf that he attached to his car roof. The elf is so big it almost looks like it could drive the car itself.